What is going on? Good morning, crew. It is 8:29. Apologize. This morning I can't blast some intro music because we're on YouTube, and I'll get censored for some copyright infringement. So, but yeah, it is now 9:30. There is the market bell. Ding, ding, ding. And now we're watching to see what happens with the market. Big green candle right off the bat. SPY is green. I'm expecting a day of chop within a range until the FOMC. So not expecting too much today. That's kind of usually how the cookie crumbles on days like today, especially after the volatility we had yesterday. But we'll see what happens and go from there. VIX is down 3.26% to 1872. Qs are up, and FAANG is up pretty good today. Pretty much green. Google and Facebook are up the biggest, and we'll see kind of how things roll. QQQ is a big green here, but getting wicked out there. XLF is up in red, and XLB is here. So yeah, definitely expecting chop. Today is not. I don't expect today to be big percentage wins. I'm gonna try to go for maybe if we can play the range. What I'm hoping for is that we have a nice little dollar range, and then we can play the upper and lower bounds of that range. So that's what I'm doing. NQ, yes I do. Let me get that ready for you. Currently looking at SPY August 2nd calls. And with the deltas I'm looking at now, I want the 441 calls and I want the 438 puts. And let me post that in the room. 441 calls, 438 puts. SPY, August 2nd. And I'll form the SPX as well. Watch list. All right, that's posted in the room. And SPX will be forming here. Let's take a look. SPX. It's in the game. It reminds me of the EA Sports for some reason. All right. Right now, the volume on SPX, let's take a look. Not too bad considering the day just started. I'll probably do 44.15 calls. Yeah, 44.15 calls, and then the puts, 4,400. Yep, they're currently trading. The calls are $22 each, or $18.90 each right now. The implied volatility is 11% on those. Yeah, so good stuff. Anyway, looking at the chart here, big red candle here. I'm going to switch to the 3-minute. I don't like hanging out on the 1 minute, as y'all know. And currently, right now, we've got 439.83 to 439.28. A little less than $1 range so far. Yeah. Can you turn the volume up on YouTube? Yeah, let me try. I've got it up as high as I can get it, unfortunately. That's the highest I can get that gain. Yep, the watch list is in the Discord. So if you are new to the channel, go over and join the Discord. I will post the link right here. There you go. Yep, today's definitely green. We have a gap up from the 438.41 area. We gapped up, a little over $1. And we'll see if we come down and fill that gap. I would love to buy that dip. VIX is increasing. Q's got a little red. Tech sector is got some big red right here forming. XLF is up here, but it got a red candle forming. The other sectors didn't really bring too much weight yesterday. I don't bring too much weight to them. The bonds are off, but they're increasing. And there's SPY. All of FAANG is still green except for Apple. I saw Apple had some mixed guidance, so they're red. Futures are up 0.17. 290 people watching already. I love it. I love it. People want to make a little money. Good stuff. Got burnt yesterday trying to turn it around. Yep. Good stuff. Yep. Yesterday was a prime example of position sizing. There are two types of people when they take that big, and yesterday was a larger loss than I normally take. But that's why you have to have position size to protect yourself, because to me, it's a non-event. Even as big as that loss was percentage-wise, it's a non-event because my win rate is high enough for to absorb that loss, and my position size has protected me. If your position sizes are so big where yesterday was a destructive day, your position sizes are much, much too large. So it's a great lesson in position sizes because stuff like that does happen. You saw it happen. It happens. So, yeah. All right, some more red candles forming here on SPY. What's the difference between waiting for confirmation and missing an opportunity? That is the golden question, Leafy. That's the golden question right there. And I think the only answer that can sufficiently answer that question is emotions. Because sometimes we get the confirmation we want, but your emotions play games with you. Oh, if I buy here, is it going to reverse? If I buy here, is it going to fall further? Like you play games with yourself. And that's the hardest part about being a trader, is learning when to filter out the emotions and when you're just not, the setup is just not there. VIX increasing, QQQ is here. I would expect some sort of bounce off of this because we do have a range day. But I would just want to make sure, because we do have a gap down here, that I do not want to jump in early and get smacked. Big red, red, red. I like it. There's some Qs. Let's see here. I got the SPY. I'm going to go out with SPY first. The 441s are trading at $1.45 each. And I'm going to anticipate some sort of green off this downside. That's going to be the play this morning. Q's dipping hard. Big time downside in SPY. VIX is upward. Let's look for a reversal on this 19 level with the VIX. Anytime a red here, I'll look at taking a play for a bounce. Remember, I'm not going to be greedy today. Play everything close to the chest. See how things go there. Little red on XLF. XLK is some big red selling volume down here. Q is getting wiped out. And SPY is there, but a little bit of wick. Look at the 3-minute POC at 438.39. I just want to be super careful right here. Super careful. 326 people watching. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wow, look at that spike. Wow, look at the spike on the VIX. 1924 massive green candles on the VIX. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. All right, the bid ask on these August 2nd 441 calls are 134, 135. SPY is still falling. Bid red candles. VIX is increasing still. 1923. 1962 will be the next pivot. Q is still falling. XLK tech sectors red. XLF is topped out, but it's still red coming down. SPY is 438.55. I've got 438.79 for first support. It's coming down through that and now onto the POC. 437.07 would be the next big support. Morning, Quan. What's going on? Art's already got some calls on SPY. Nice, nice. I think you can be safe with that. I think calls are going to be the play here. Being a little more tighter, a little more. All right, XLF has got some green here. SPY's got a little red back and forth. VIX is top to get some green there. XLK's got a little green. QQQ still red there. SPY. I'm just filling out my order form. I've got some calls filled out. The order form printed out, ready. Got some green on the SPY. You've got the VIX is up here at 1919, but green. QQQ is still falling a touch. XLK is there. XLF is turned back green and rebounded. I think we might have some upside here, and we'll see. We'll see. Oh, a little more down on the red. A little more down on the red. VIX is still increasing, 1926, QQQ, and I want to wait for all this weakness to shake out before we jump in a position. We have a gap. We're almost filled on the Qs. Watch that on the POC. We're almost filled. Oh, no, we did fill it. So the gap is now filled on the SPY. This will be a prime time position to take some calls if we get that bounce. So that gap is now filled. VIX still increasing, though. No signs of weakness in the VIX. Q's got a good bounce off there. POC, XLK, a little red, but here. Let's see. XLF is still up at the top of their range. I'd actually like this. This is more volatility than I anticipated today, so this is good. Let's hollow out a range, and let's play some range. I like this. SPY is still coming on down, 438.37. I like it. I like it. This is more volatility than I anticipated this morning. Man. Really getting smoked. Look at this. All right, SPY. All right, right now it's 8:42. We got 20 minutes of the morning, or about 20 minutes of the morning range is set. What is that? Get out of there. Let me see. I can't see that. What is that? 439.83 to 438.16. Great range. Look at that. It's a beautiful range. Beautiful range. That's a little more than $1. If this thing plays ranges, it's going to be a profitable day if we play ranges. Massive, massive increase on the VIX. Q's finally getting a little bit of green here after this morning volatility. XLK is there. XLF still a little red. A little bit of green forming here on the SPY. VIX is at this almost at the pivot of 1962. Bid ask is $1.29, $1.31. Green forming. XLF is falling. XLK is a little bit of green. Q's got a little bit of green here. Let's look at the volume. So the volume has been pretty well sustained on the selling. I definitely want to see some confirmation. There's green. There's green. VIX is all right. I got a little red forming on the VIX here. Some green on Qs. XLK. XLF is there. All right. So I want to see volume come in on this play. Otherwise, it's going to be bearish. So if this candle gets wiped out, it's going to look a little heavy. It's going to look a little heavy, but we'll see. I want the volume to pick up here. This is the most important candle to me right now. If we don't get this green here, then we ain't going to bounce yet. VIX is not going anywhere just yet. We got this little green candle forming just below. Q is still got this little green here, but it's not moving. So this looks like it wants to fall more. This is kind of has that sign where this will get wiped out and will come down more unless this changes. I want this to change. $1.32.3 on the bid ask. I've got my order form up and ready to go in the event that this bounce does follow through. We got a nice little green candle forming here. So I want volume to kick in. If I see a big old red candle on the VIX, that'll kind of prompt me to start entering some calls. Qs have got right there. XLK is there. Mixed bag here. Apple has got a little weight to it. Big sell-off on Apple. Massive red candles on Apple. It looks like it might find a bottom here. Microsoft is getting a bounce. Tesla. Amazon is still falling. Little red candle. All right, so that candle got wicked out. You got this doji little forming right here. Not looking good so far. Not looking good so far. Volume. I want green volume to think of a reversal. VIX still climbing. 1962 will be the the first pivot. Got $1.28 on the bid ask. There's Q's double green candle here. XLK looks like it got a little here, but the buyers just aren't there yet. We have a nice large range. I love a range this large. I like this large of a range just as much as I like a trend day, because when it does play true to the ranges, when it's this big, you can make some pretty great money playing the ups and downs of the range. So I like it. Do I have any expectations for the JPOW talk? I don't. The past few times it's been a big nothing sandwich. There's been a lot of emphasis on it this week because we haven't had one in a while. So we'll see what happens though. I use limit orders for my orders. Morning, Boomerannial. How's it going? VIX still here. Looks like it might get topped out. There's a little red on the VIX. The first red candle since this big pop started. I love to see it. Qs looks like it might get a bounce. XLK is there. XLF. SPY might get a bounce. VIX, I want to see a little more breadth here in that red candle. And an uptick in volume on the SPY. That indicator is called OM session ranges. If you go into indicators, you type OM session ranges, bam, right there. Session ranges. All right, 3 green candles in a row on SPY. I really need it to bounce here. If it's going to happen, VIX has got some red, but not going anywhere. And Q's there. I just like to take a little trip around the market every now and then. 3 candles in a row. Green XLF has got some red still on the downside. That's probably giving a little weight with the SPY. Yep, XLF is definitely restraining for sure. Needed to play ball. It's coming down to its EMAs there. Not much buying volume here though. So, and if this does break down, I will look at puts. I'm going to be Johnny on the spot with some puts if it breaks down. We're at the bottom of this range. My first thesis right now is that volume comes in and we play the ranges. Great. We've already filled the gap. Their tech sector looks like it's getting somewhat of a bounce here on Apple. A little red candle there though. Second thesis is we break through the bottom and continue on down. Maybe down to yesterday's afternoon range, at which point I'll try to grab some quick scalp puts. Try to scalp some puts on that. Yep, it does. Usually, before Laughlin in the Discord channel, he's the one that created that for us. Before that, I manually drew those numbers, which isn't hard. But this is just a little bit more convenience. I don't have to worry about it. It sets it himself. I like it. VIX, double red on the VIX. What's up, Lee Rat? How you doing, buddy? SPY stuck to the bottom of the range. Very curious to see where we go from here. Q is finally starting to get a little bit of bounce. 3 green candles in a row. XLK is doing the same. Look at that strength in XLK. I like it. I like it. XLF is still down. I imagine that is what is causing some heaviness in SPY. It's not kind of following. Oh, there we go. Little green candle. Little green candle. I need a little volume here to take calls. I'm not touching these until I see some volume, because this could very easily be a bull trap with no volume. Yep, me too, Greg. I'm not touching it till I see some green volume. Otherwise, I'm taking puts. One of the benefits of Power E-Trade is you can switch from calls to puts very quickly. 2 or 3 clicks, I could be in a put, change my call, change my strike, and we're off to the races. So XLF, wow, look at that red candle on XLF. Holy smokes! So tech sector still up, no volume though. SPY is hanging right at the bottom, and what we need is a bounce for XLF in order to play ball. There's some green on XLF. SPY is still relatively holding strong, considering that big old red candle on XLF. Tech sector still up though, so this little dichotomy of XLF and XLK. I am buying long calls, long puts. I'm not selling anything right now. I do, but not right now. All right, red candles on the VIX. Maybe VIX is pegged out. Qs are, oh, look at that. Big strength in the tech sector. Big strength in the tech sector. We got this little doji forming here, green doji on XLF. We need that to play ball to bring SPY up. All right, here we go. Little green candles forming. Are we going to get the bounce? $443 people watching. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's it going? Let's have a good morning. Nice green candle forming, though. No volume. It's unsupported so far. Coming up on the 3-minute 8 EMA. VIX is starting to fall. This could potentially be a call entry. Look at that. Qs and XLK are going up. XLF is got this little doji still forming. $1.32 on the ask for these calls. I'm going to pre-type an entry just in case I take a position here. I don't want to hear any lip about delayed entries anymore. SPY August 2nd. 441 calls. Entry, that way all I have to do is update the entry price and I am in. All right, green candle here on the VIX. I'm sorry, on SPY. Nice big red candle on the VIX. Qs are starting to increase. XLK is here. more downside at XLF. So now it's looking at, this kind of looks like, you know what this looks like? That 100% on Friday. This is what it looked like. SPY was down and SPY was stuck to the range. Tech sector started to rage. XLF stayed down. And this was a VIX and this was an XLF play. Friday was. So if we can get an XLF bounce and play while tech sector stays strong, we could get some upside with the SPY. That would be legit. Obviously, I don't think we're going to have a trend day, but maybe we can get it back to the top of the range. Yep, it is, Chris. It is. No, I don't want to expect 100% gains incoming. I just expect a range day, chop day. So we'll see. VIX has got this green doji. XLF has filled the gap and then some down here to yesterday's afternoon range. Touch a little bit of a green candle here. Tech sector is still hanging out here at the top of their range. A little bit of green candle forming here in SPY. We need volume to pick up. All right, here we go. A little bit of an uptick here. A little bit of an uptick. VIX. I need some big red on VIX. Qs are up. XLK is up. XLF, little green. Little green. A little bit of green candle here. We're just gonna put a little happy little green candle right here. It's getting wicked out though. SPY is up. 134, 136 on the bid ask. Still no volume. It at least needs to be relatively supported. I'm not asking for a candle here. I'm asking just a little relatively candle to show that this thing is going to bounce. VIX red, Qs green, XLK green, XLF still there. Volume is still really low. Yep. Yep. Hey, more sell-off on XLF. All right, we're currently at the 8 EMA on the 3-minute chart. We need to pop through that. There's 134, 135 on the bid ask, 135 and 6. VIX is still falling. XLK is there. XLF is still falling. Dang, look at that. If XLF bounces and plays ball, we'll just come right up back to the top of the range, and that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. VIX is starting to fall. Tech sector is doing great on a little rebound here. XLF is down here, which is currently at this 36 level, which we're at right now. We're at yesterday's lows. So if we want SPY to climb to the top of the range, we need XLF to bounce right here and play ball. I love it when OM channels his inner Bob Ross. It's all about staying calm and staying positive, man. Staying calm and positive. VIX is getting bought. Let's see. Tech sector still doing great things. XLF is that's the main ingredient in this chili. That's the main ingredient in this chili. All right, tech sector is doing great things. VIX needs to come down. SPY, it looks like it wants to come up, but look, this volume is still on the nice little steady decline here. Still a little steady decline. 132, 133 on the bid ask. Come on, VIX. Come on down, baby. Give me that entry. All right, little green on the XLF. Tech sector still looking great. Everything looking green. VIX needs to fall. I need some buying with the XLF. Yeah, here's the thing though. If SPY stays here and doesn't move, I think we will go bleh. So this needs to drive. I'm not touching calls until we see some volume because this needs to drive. Otherwise, it's going to hang out. Buyers are going to get exhausted from holding this up, and sellers are going to say, okay, hit that button, and it's going to go blink, and it's going to come down about here. And it's going to be exactly like yesterday. Well, it did pull back. People keep saying that. It pulled back. You have to remember Monday, a week and 2 days ago, we were at the 50 MA. It did pull back. So, y'all have to realize the cyclicals of SPY. It did pull back. You got your pullback. XLK is going nuts. XLF here. What does SPY want to do? 134, 135. Do y'all still hear me? Someone said he muted himself. I'm still here. VIX, a little bit of red. XLK, a little bit of green here. A little bit of green tree. Tech sector's doing great. On the 1 year. I look at the 1 year 50 SMA, not EMA, 50 SMA. If you're talking about a correction, that ain't going to happen until, monetary policy has to shift to get that correction. Has to. There's the VIX. What's it want to do? Little green candle there. Man, XLF just doesn't want to stop falling. This is crazy. SPY is holding strong, though. His feet are strong. VIX is a little bit of green. Man, XLF is just getting roasted. Look at that. Down, down, down. Tech sector is doing great things, though, up here. So this is definitely why SPY is not playing ball, for sure. No, John Hart does not. But right now, the financial sector is causing some weakness in the SPY. But it's also, it's holding great. It's holding up its end of the bargain here. It's just got to go. VIX is falling. I got 134, 135 on the bid ask. Qs are up to the top of their range. XLK is getting the bounce that we want. XLF is just getting hosed, and SPY is little engine that could. Little engine that could here. Almost there. See, this 34 EMA kind of freaks me out. Increase in volume, though, so looking good. Looking good. VIX still falling. Tech sector wants to do its thing. There's some more green. But XLF is just still getting hosed. Look at that. Can't find a bottom. Down from 3660 to 3629. Well below yesterday's ranges already and still falling. Killing it. But when XLF does get some green, the SPY is gonna destroy. It's going right back up. So, but look at that. It's just getting destroyed. Killer. Green candle right here. Finally on the XLF. After so much selling off. Finally a green candle. 521 people watching. Welcome, welcome. Yep, the federal concerns are definitely showing the XLF for sure. Apple volume very high. So Apple, yeah, look at that. Rebounding the Apple. Cool, cool. SPY is trading right here at the 8 EMA, the 3-minute chart. Let's look at the 5 right here. Let's look at the 15. Let's look at the 60. All right, cooling off on the 60 MA on the squeeze momentum on the 1 hour chart. VIX is way out here. Let's go to the 3-minute. Right on the POC 3-minute volume price, or the volume at price. Little red candle forming here. Yeah, it was $7, so about 2%. Yeah, the Q got smoked yesterday. But look at that. That's just a massive, massive sell-off. 368.55 or 368.61 all the way down to 360.17. So $8, more than $8 sell-off, which is incredible. That's incredible weakness. VIX a little green. There's SPY. All right. Hey, look at that. All right, hold on. Stand by here. XLF is finally reversing. Tech sector still holding strong. VIX, let's see some red here. Let's see some red there. This may be the play. Let's see. XLF is finally getting a little bit of a bounce here. SPY finally right here. Might be able to get a little bit. I got 133, 134 on the bid ask. VIX is red. QQQ is green. XLK there. I need some volume, though. I need some volume. Yes, yes, it could. VIX falling, that's good. Qs and techs looking good. XLF is still getting some green. But I need some volume. Look, even that candle with all the good stuff happening right now, SPY is still not getting a bid because of that. I mean, that thing's getting red here. And red candle. Immediately sold right off. Glad I didn't take that call. Tech sector still doing great things. Maybe I should take some Q calls instead. Healthcare is getting wiped out. I got 131 on the bid ask. XLF is like, just kidding. This is looking exactly like yesterday so far. Like, this is just ridiculous. Where big sell-off, weak buy-offs, big sell-offs, weak buy-offs. So, yeah, if we want to have this thing back to the top of the range, look, this thing went down to the range and stuck there and just went, blah. So if we want to get that bounce, it's got to happen. Otherwise, the buyers will exhaust. They'll get tired of holding this price, dump it, and it'll sell. And it'll come down here, and then we'll have to do it again. So I am not buying this crap until I see some conviction on this price going up. Because right now it's stuck to the bottom of the range, and I hate that. VIX has got some red here, though. Hey, look at that. All right, big pop on the Qs. Big pop in tech. We need some green here. 133 on the bid ask. New volume. All right, so right at the 8 EMA on the 3-minute, 5-minute chart. We're just bouncing off that 8 EMA. It needs to come up here. We have the 8 and 21 about to cross on the 5-minute chart to the downside. We don't want to see that. If it's staying down here to the point where it's crossing to the downside, then I will have to do away with my bullish thesis on the bounce. Tech sector is doing great. XLF is just still hanging out. Sell off after sell off. Got to be careful here. This thing is going to roll. If this keeps up right here, it's not going to hold here all afternoon. It's going to roll if it doesn't bounce. XLS has formed new lows. Look at that. Look at that. Dang. All right, so the next support, we blew through it. Now we're in the 23rd. What is that, Monday? We're now in Monday's range for XLF. Meanwhile, tech sector is absolutely going nuts. SPY can't even move 10 cents. And tech sector is just going crazy. I believe the announcement is at 2 Eastern, which is 1 Central. I'll have to verify that. But big red candle on the SPY because of this. Look at that. Absolutely getting destroyed on its financials. So XLF gapped up, sold off, and still falling. No end in sight. 36.21. Which is about to bring down SPY. Watch, this is about to tank SPY. So tech sectors popped out at the top of their range. SPY didn't want to move more than 10 cents. VIX is increasing again. XLF just can't find a bottom. So, yeah, I think we may have to switch over to puts here and take some puts. This is crazy. So far, it's looking exactly like yesterday. Down, fizzle, down, fizzle. The buyers just will not step in here. There's no buyers whatsoever. Maybe we'll get that pre-exhaust. Usually it lasts a month, this kind of weak action, but maybe it only lasted a week this time before we come back down to the 50. I don't know. Just buyers want no part of this. We'll see how it happens after JPAL. Nobody wants to buy this crap. Glad I did not buy that. So now you have this scenario. QQQ is going to fizzle out here and then dip, maybe play their range, dip down. And XLF is already down. SPY never raged. So now when tech rolls down, SPY is going to come down with it. But we need strength to come in for the XLF. XLK is still looking strong. Still looking strong. XLF still forming new lows. XLF looks like SPY yesterday. All right, SPY is about to break out of this range. Big red candles on SPY. On little bitty selling volume here, VIX is green. Q is about to roll over. TechSec is about to roll over. XLF is still falling. Free fall. Jumped out of a plane with no parachute. So XPY probably is going to pop out of the bottom of the range. And then we'll look at maybe filling the bounce off of PM. Maybe this 437.23. And then maybe even retreating back down into yesterday's afternoon range. If tech sector rolls, it's going to be an absolute bloodbath, and I will take some puts. All right, so at this point, I'm going to flip my contracts over to put. Let's look at August 2nd. Deltas are 36. I'm going to do 437. I'm going to stick a little bit higher deltas on this. So 437s instead of the 438s. So yeah, if tech sector rolls off here with the XLF just not being able to find a bottom, it's going to be a bloodbath. We're going to at least pre-market lows. So 437 August 2nd puts are looking at 205 now. What's the implied volatility on these things? Is 12.8%. VIX, hey, Qs are still popping to the top of their range. And the fake outs continue. Look at that. The fake outs continue. For those new to the channel, I am now an official Razer affiliate. I'll be posting all the affiliate links in the room. So if you want some Razer gear, I'll give you some links to use. Monitors, build your setup. Hey, look at that. Big red candle, or big green candle. VIX finally falling off. QQQ is popping to the range. XLF. So this is no fake out. You're right. You're right. All right. Still low volume though, but increasing slightly from this morning little range here. Popping through the 21. This is the bullish we've been so far. Biggest green candle of the day. Fantastic. 134.5 on the bid ask. VIX, big green, red. There we go. There's that. Okay. Up to the 34 on the SPY. We're at 136 on the bid. VIX is still falling. Maybe they're finally getting bought up here. Is this going to be the bounce? That's the key. VIX is still falling. 34 EMA. Yesterday it loved the 34. SPY is still going up. There's a little red. 136 on the bid ask. 136, 137. There's the VIX, big red. Interesting. All right, cool. I like it. I like it. I like it. Maybe we'll finally get our bounce here. Increase in volume there. I like that. I like that. There's a red. I got 136, 137 on the bid ask. VIX is still falling hard. Qs are popping through the top of their range. XLF is still red. Love it. Now, Razer is an electronics company. R-A-Z-E-R. Like they do keyboards and monitors and stuff like that. So tech sector is looking great. XLF is still forming new lows. Still forming new. I got 136 on the bid. Yep, I'm switching back to calls at 136, 137 on the bid ask. If it pops through here, we'll finally get our pop up to the top of the range. VIX, green candle right there. Qs are going nuts. XLK is going nuts. XLF is still finding new lows. Huge dichotomy. VIX is double falling. SPY will do the same exact thing if we could finally get some red on XLF. Look at that. More lows as I'm looking at it. Badoosh. Badoosh. Double green. If this turns green and flips, man, that's what we need. That is what we need. All right, VIX is falling off there a lot. Still good to go. Yep, that's what made me hesitant, Leafy, is I didn't find the conviction I wanted. Not finding the conviction I wanted. VIX is still falling hard. Qs are still raging. If we could just get a bounce, a green bounce in XLF, SPY will be right up there with the Qs. Well, SPY will be right up there. But we were through the 34 EMA, which is good. On the 5 minute, on the 8 minute, we're through the 34, which is good. Everything looks good so far. VIX is still crashing. XLK is green. Q's there. Apple is about to blow the top. Yeah, it's way up there. All right, XLF has got a little green forming here. I got $1.40 on the bid ask. VIX right here is sold off a little bit, little green forming right there, just tiny. XLF is still sold off. That green candle immediately got sold off. And here we come SPY right back down. I don't know. This was increasing buying volume on some pretty significant price action. So a little bit of strength coming in here. We'll see what happens here. XLF still forming new lows. I got 139 on the bid ask while XLF is plummeting still. All right, got a little increase in buying volume here. That's almost matching the morning buying volume for XLF. Maybe we'll finally get a bounce here. VIX there. Tech sector still doing great. All right, big buying volume increasing. Now we're third biggest buying volume of the day on XLF. When it's confirmed with volume, Lee Rat. Yes, this is bouncing, but I don't want this I don't want oscillations. I want right up the top. Yeah, Qs are doing great. XLF is not so much. There's some green. Q's climbing, XLK is there, XLF. Maybe found a bottom. I got 143 on the bid ask. VIX potentially falling. XLK and XLF or Q's tech. Man, I need this to turn green. And more red on the XLF. So the big things that I'm in my mind right now is I want the VIX to really follow through with this falling, and I want XLF to at least get a base here before we're really going to have some upper momentum. I got 142 on the bid ask here. I don't mind buying this thing. I just want to see follow through. I want to see follow through. There's almost some red. Volume still sustaining here on SPY. Relatively low, but still sustaining. That looks good. VIX is still falling. And XLF about to form new lows again. Yep, Jacob, usually I make a trade every single day. Usually. Sometimes I don't. About to have the crossover. We've got 8 and 21 crossover here. 8 and then coming up to the 34. VIX still falling. All right, Tech's about to make new highs. XLF is about to make new lows. Huge difference. Definitely, definitely. Looking great now. Still going up. All right, so we finally have a green in XLF. XLK and Qs are both up. VIX is still falling. So now it's starting to finally look bullish. VIX is that one got bought up a little bit. Tech sector is looking strong still. XLF is there. All right, a little bit of red here on the SPY. Look at that, SPY still going up. VIX still falling, XLK. So finally get a bounce on XLF here. So SPY may very well come up to the top here. So let me take a look. These are currently trading at $1.57. Nice, John. Might finally have our XLF reversal. XLK is still looking very strong. VIX is still falling to the bottom and ranging out of their POC. So now, VIX is nearing their POC, the 1860. SPY is climbing to the top of theirs. I love it. Volume is still up here, but now it's starting to diminish. That volume is starting to diminish. So VIX still red. Look, things are looking bullish. Things are looking good. Things are looking good. Fine. The XLF is finally starting to get a little bit of bounce, but it's getting sold off. That candle gets sold. VIX still down here. Now watch this 1860 level. This might be interesting. This will confirm whether or not we're in a range day, trend day, right here. We're at the top of that range. Nice, nice. Got out of that call right before that red candle. Good. So finally some supported volume, but it got sold off. All right, the VIX, I think, we got to watch this POC right here because a bounce off of this will bring SPY back down and we'll have just our confirmed range today, which I'm perfectly fine with, I'll miss this call to confirm that we're in a range and just play the ranges the rest of the day. Put, call, just back and forth. The last time I had that 6 trade day and I was 100% was a day just like this. Just playing the upper bounds and the ranges, baby. I love it. I love a range like this. All right, VIX coming down 1863 to 1856 is going to be the POC. Watching that. SPY is here. Volume was big volume there. That was great. This one here is kind of fizzling out. Let's see. Q's got a little bit of red. VIX there. XLK is up there. XLF is finally started getting a little bit of a bounce here. Yeah, you could be right, John. That's why I'm just, I'm going to kind of see how the top of this range forms. I'm going to let this thing do its thing and get my confidence up and then go from there. Look, VIX is getting a bounce. Q's up the top, XLF, VIX, SPY. Setting my contracts up. I'm going to check the volume in SPX. Plenty of volume in SPX. I'm going to play that. All right, VIX is starting to bounce. Got a little green. Q's got a little red here. Now, this is where we figure out, is this going to be a range day or we're going to pop above and maybe trend up? Maybe we'll go to Tuesday's highs. Or sorry, what is that? Monday's highs. Yeah, just no volume, just slow build up. They're within reason, John. I wouldn't say exactly, but they're pretty much the same thing in terms of price action. Plenty of volume to cover my contracts, Lee Rat. I'm looking at contract volume, not the market volume. All right, SPY's got a little red there as VIX is down. Qs are kind of leveled out and they're flattened. The tech sector is. XLF is still climbing though. Nice little red candle there. VIX flat up at the top. XLK is flat at the top. XLF little sell there. Nice, nice, nice. Potentially, John. Potentially. Yeah, a little touching the 8 EMA here on the 3-minute chart. VIX is slightly green. We've had so many trend days, people forget what a range day looks like. I mean, look, I mean that's range day. That's a range. I mean that's our trend day, trend afternoon, trend day. Uh, that was a range day. That was a range day. Trend day, trend afternoon. I mean, just crazy. Trend. It's just crazy. We've had so many trends that people forget what a normal everyday just range day looks like, which is this. Big sell here on SPY. Big bounce right off the VIX. If I could play my own calls, I'd actually make some money today. All right, what's the difference between a range day and a trend day? Range day, here's the ranges. It plays. It's just right. It just stays inside this range. And nice. Usually it could chop tight or it could play the upper and lower bounds, which is great stuff. You've got a trend day where it pops out the bottom like this and keeps on going. Trends downward, or it can go up, trend up. There's money to be made on both, though. It depends. It depends, Costa. Like here, that was what? That was 9:12 to 9:30. So if you played that trade, that would have been a 20-minute trade. You know, this I'd probably get out of that pretty quick. So that would have been a 2-second trade. Sometimes I'm in and out of trade in 10 seconds. Sometimes I'm 2 hours. Sometimes I'm 20 minutes. It all depends. So far, it is a range day. Yep. What are my long-term stock holds? Just the big ones. I've got a couple of REITs. And of course, I've got basically all the FAANG stocks except Google. I don't have Google. Uh, I've got Boeing. I've got Lockheed. I've got Raytheon. All fantastic stocks, long-term holds. I've got a bunch of SPY, just basic stuff. All high quality, relatively low volatility stuff. VIX got a huge pop. QQQ is starting to sell here. XLF. Interesting. It just I'm just not as comfortable with it. I'm just not as confident in Google as everything else, honestly. So double red candle here on SPY. Yeah, sometimes I just don't see it, the setup, a confident setup, and if I don't have that confident setup, I don't take a trade. Here, double red candle there. VIX is up and green. Qs are rolling hard. All right, okay, I like this. A little bit of volatility. SPY is coming right back down to the bottom of the range. VIX is bopping there. Good stuff. Yeah, I do need a big old 4K monitor. Right now, I've got two 36-inch widescreens, which work pretty well. My goal is to get 4 of them, so I can have big charts difference. Like I want news playing on one screen, and then all my stuff that I have to run the streaming on one, and then the other 2 screens I want divided up with like cues and everything, so I don't have to sit there and flip back and forth like a monitor. That's the ultimate goal. Big green on SPY. Didn't quite get to the bottom of the range, but still good. Right off the POC, the 3-minute. Andy Brown, read the Getting Started channel, please. Double green here on SPY. VIX is there. You could, yeah. You just got to be tight with your entries and exits. So that's not too tight. I mean, this is actually a pretty healthy range. 438.12 to 438.983, 439.83. It's $1.50 range, a little more, $1.60 range. That's a pretty healthy range. I just want confidence that it's going to start hollowing out the tops and the bottoms. Yeah, so all right, so green here with SPY coming on up. VIX red. All right, so let's see how this thing rolls here. Now we're starting to, the range is starting to get tighter and tighter. So bam, bam. Let's see how this thing goes ups and down. SPY is coming on up. All right, so the volatility is dying off again after this little jump here. Volume is just nothing, not right here, so definitely going to be in the range. It changes. The volume profile is time frame dependent, so anywhere from 1 month to weeks and daily. It changes depending on the time frame. You're definitely right, Brendan. Yeah, it's a great point. If it is a range day, for sure. Yeah, thanks, Andy. Appreciate you being here. I mean, now it's a range day. I mean, there's a lot of questions about range day and trend day, and people I think are looking too much into that. Like, it's very very basic. You've got your range. And the whole point of this session ranges is to show us where the probability range is, because when you break outside that range, probability says that you're going to have a mean reversion back to the range. So as long as it stays within this range in a certain price range, like it's a range day, and all it is a different definition to tell us where the price is going to fluctuate. And a trend is exactly what it is. If it's trending down and staying down, even if it kind of oscillates, it's going down like this. Trends down, boom, trends down. If this were to bounce back into the range and come back up, that would still play in this range. It's just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Yes, it's based off these grids. Yeah, I agree, Chris. It looks like we are having a little bit of consolidation right here, and everyone's getting ready for this event, this FOMC. Yeah, SPX auctions are below volume. That's why, unfortunately, like the SPX is on July July 30th. They're just too close. I just don't like playing those if I don't have it. So the July, that's why I'm going with the August 2nd. But I'm keeping my, for this range, I'm not doing as big of position sizes, so I can still get in and out with that volume that's there. I just don't want to get stuck. That's why I don't like doing low volume on stuff. My $90 my 2K account. Nice, nice. What about 2.5%? Is that what that 2.5%? I may come back on for the FOMC because that is a different event. That's a extenuating circumstance, so I might come back on for that. What's the worst thing that the news could say right now? It depends. It depends. There's a lot of different stuff. VIX is down off this range. Q's there, XLK. All right. So now that things are starting, the price is starting to form ranges. I really want to start figuring out where I'm going to have my pivots and where to start taking puts and calls. Q's up at the top. VIX is down again. SPY is smack dab in the middle of their range. No movement, no volume, no movement. Look at the volume here. So pay attention to the volume. Volume is diminishing. Even this big buying candle, which is the biggest buying candle of the day, was wicked out. So yeah, it's going to be a low volatility day. You know, I said in pre-market that I expect low volatility. I didn't even expect this much, honestly. This is more than I expected. But until the FOMC, yep. No, see, if you go to the VIX, type in VIX, right here, TVC is going to be the non-delayed. Non-delayed. The CBOE is delayed. TVC is not. So make sure you're selecting that one. What you want, the VIX that's delayed will have a little orange D right here. You want the one without the orange D. But I like to see these ranges here because, you know, now I get to watch the VIX. And if we get a bounce in the VIX, I'll take a quick put, scalp the put. Now, I will say this when I'm doing quick scalps like this. I don't want anybody mimicking my plays. Obviously, I can't control somebody from mimicking my plays if I'm posting them because I post them for, you know, I want y'all to see transparency. And obviously to learn from me and education. If you're going to choose to mimic my plays, you need to realize on days like this when I'm scalping 20-second trades, you're not going to get the same fills as me. So unless you're timing exactly what I'm doing at the right time. Just be aware. Disclaimer. All right, VIX is at the bottom, 1867. SPI is there. VIX is still falling a touch here. SPY is on up here. I am looking at puts here. If I see a bounce on the VIX, I'm going to jump into a quick put on the SPX. I'm doing SPX, but y'all do, you know, whichever. I've got the commensurate SPYs in there, but that's if I see a bounce on the VIX. SPY is still climbing though. VIX is falling right here. Qs. XLF is still looking very strong. Very strong. All right. Volume is definitely, look, here's the setup that I'm seeing. VIX is coming down to the POC. Qs are flat right here at the top. SPY is already bounced off this level once, and volume is dying off here. So what I want to do is scalp a put if we get a bounce on the VIX. That's what I want to look at. All right, so what I'm going to do, okay. VIX is here. Still a little green for them on an SPY right up here. They rejected 439.58 once. XLF is still strong. A little red right there. Qs are not there, not popping above. VIX is at the POC now. VIX is still jumping. Qs might top out. SPY is almost to where they had, and XLF is still there. WAD's DZ is he's in puts. I'm not in there. Almost. I'm almost there. I kind of like this setup, honestly, if I'm being honest. Lot. See here, I've got my August 2nd 440 4400 puts up. 2140 is the mid. VIX is still red though. That's the thing. Want to wait for confirmation. You don't want to time the top. I don't want to buy a put here thinking it's going to reject. I want to see confirmation that it will reject. Volume is dying off here. That's cool. VIX is getting a little wick here. Q is still double green. XLK is still green, and XLF is flattening. So yeah. Dying off volume. Try to make this range stuff as entertaining as possible. All right, got some green candles right there. VIX is dying off here, flattening out. Let's see if we can get that bounce. Q's kind of wicking out here. It looks like a good put entry, but if it's going to stay true to the range, it's got to reduce now. We got 2085 on the mid on these puts. TVC. So if you look up VIX, look up the one that's labeled as TVC. I got 2110. I don't want to look at it right now because I think we might going to have a move soon. I don't want to switch off this chart. VIX is still red. QQQ is still green. No sign of reversal yet. A little bit of red forming. Right now, I'm looking at the August 2nd 4400 SPX puts. And then on the SPY side, I'm looking at 438 puts. They are. All right, this thing looks like it's starting around. Volume is dying off. VIX has got a little green. Might be a good quality put setup here for a scalp at least. Double red. There's a double red. Fading out for the Qs, no low volume. VIX, let's see what happens there. Got 2160 on the mid. Still no volume, though. Just no conviction whatsoever. VIX is getting wicked out here. Bright red candle's getting bought up. VIX kind of wants to climb, but it's not really. Tech sector's kind of staying up there. XLF is not really doing much. SPY, this candle is getting up and down. So there's no conviction right now. And that, that's expected as we go into the FOMC. That's expected. Got 2165. I've got 544 people watching. Sorry you're bored. I know there's not much going on right now, but just really want to focus on a proper entry. VIX. You know what's worse than taking a loss is taking 2 losses in a row. Don't want to do that. Want to be very diligent on an entry. When I'm scalping, am I taking like 5 to 10 cents? All right, here's the deal. You know that saying from the movie Patriot, aim small, miss small? Well, it's the same way for me. I don't want to aim for a 2%, 5% gain. I want to put myself in the highest probability setup that's going to yield a 15 to 20% win. That way, if I'm wrong, I could take the 5%, 2% win and move on. I'll take a 5% win if I have to. If that's all that's there, I'll take it. But I'm not going to shoot for a 5% win. So even when I'm scalping, I want to take a nice proper setup where I can get the full movement, yield that 10, 15, 20%, and then go about my day. Whereas if I take a put here and it dips here 5% and then moves on, I could take that 5% and move on. Like aim for the 15, 20%ers and then take the 5 and 2s if it plays. Yeah, if you are new to the channel, good. Hold on a second. Watch this red. Yeah, good idea, Sam. If you are new to the YouTube, head over to the Discord and join. We have, I think we're at 8,300 people now. So a nice large community. Awesome stuff. We're growing at a great rate, and man, just a huge wealth of information, man. A lot of different perspectives, a lot of different systems. You can choose to learn my system. You can choose to learn somebody else's system. We got some great traders that you can choose from. Just a really cool environment. It's based around learning. That's the difference between my Discord or our Discord and others, is that this is not a pump and dump. I don't want you in there just to follow me and blindly follow my plays. I want you to learn how to do this. Whether or not you choose to learn my system or anybody else's, the whole point is to learn how to trade so you can do this yourself. So if you do want an environment that's learning oriented, educational oriented, where you're not just blindly following someone's advice, then come join the Discord. Awesome stuff. You could legit learn how to do this. You could learn how to do it well. I promise you. If I can do this, you can do it. I promise you. I am not a Wall Street financial savant. It's not like I was born and I popped out of the womb with a Series 7 like study manual in my hand going, finances. No. I attribute my success to discipline and my ability to remain robotic in emotional situations. So, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay, I'm not bored anymore. All right, so 3-4 red candles in a row here. Stand by. VIX is there, green, red. Looking at here, I got 22 on the mid. Got 4 red candles in a row, greens there. This thing wants to fall, maybe. Wants to fall. All right, I just got 2180 flashed. Where's 22? Where's the volume? Still a decreasing volume, though. It doesn't want to dump yet. Look, I got 2190 on the mid. This thing kind of wants, what's it want to do? What's it want to do? XLF, maybe this thing wants to roll. Kind of want to take a put here, but the volume is decreasing. Still, that's the problem with this crap. It's like there's no volume, so there's no conviction. There's no like, boom, I'm taking this. Can we get OM saying finances on a soundboard? Y'all want me to get a Jim Cramer type soundboard? No, I'm good. Yeah, MOST. I only stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays on the YouTube. And Tuesdays and Thursdays, I stream in the voice channel. I actually stream every day in the voice channel, but I co-stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Whereas on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm only in the Discord Patreon chat. VIX is red candle there. Qs maybe want to start to roll. SPY kind of want to follow suit. 22.10 on the mid on these puts. 22.30. See, every red candle just gets wicked and then down, wicked and then down. I just have no confidence in these plays. VIX maybe wants to spike here. I got 22.40. Volume is starting to pick up here. There's 22.50. I got 22.30 on the bid. SPX has got there here. Qs kind of want to dip here. XLK is definitely dipping. There's 22.35. There's 22.20 on the bid. There's 22.20. And Qs are bouncing off the 21. SPY bounced off the 21, right? Or out to 34. Look at that. That is why I can't get good conviction in positions right there. There's just no conviction. There's just no volume here. And I can't sit there and take puts and they get wiped out like that. Look at that. Look at the wipeout on no volume. That's the problem right there. This is why it's so important to learn volume. So. All right, when I'm saying those prices like that, I'm reading the prices of my options, the bid ask. So now they're at 2070 and 2090, the bid ask. I mostly do that so because I keep getting like people keep asking me why I'm getting fills and they don't realize that I'm 4 seconds delayed on the YouTube. They're like, hey, you know, you just said you got into 21 and the price is now 21.50. Yeah, well, that was 4 seconds ago. So that's why I'm reading out loud the price. When I think I'm maybe close to getting a position, I start reading out the prices like that so you know what the prices are. And plus you can kind of like you can reference that on the options chain. SPY now has got a green candle. VIX is still down here. It's sold off. Now we got another green bounce here. XLF. Ooh, nice little thing there. Nice little red candle. And XLKQ is still there. I got 2170 on the mid. SPY, what's it want to do? Do I trade longer than 3 hours outside of YouTube? It depends on the day. If it's a day like this, once I sign off at 11 Central, 12 Eastern, I may be done. I got a lot of I've got a crap ton of stuff to do for the Discord and for the server and for the community. But I still lobster eye the market. Now on days that it's volatile, like I put more emphasis on the market, obviously. My end goal here outside of everything is to trade, is to make money. That's why I do this. So I definitely still trade if there's trades to be made. But if I'm having to force it, I'm not going to sit here and grind out an 8-hour day just looking at charts, waiting for a little 10% scalp. Like I'm not going to do that. It's just not worth my time. All right, and that thing flipped to green. That was nice. VIX, big bounce on the VIX, 2230 on the mid, 2220. I got 2210. Tech sector starting to roll. There's XLK. I like that. XLF is up. VIX wants the big old spike right there. It's 2295. 2210. VIX is getting wicked. All right, I just took a put there. I got that 2230. Let me post this real quick. We'll see what happens. VIX is bouncing. That's a big green candle on the VIX. Qs are there. There we go. All right, there's a little red candle here. I will not be stingy with these things. There's 2310. Qs are red. XLK is there. VIX. Big spike on the VIX, and it's bouncing back up. So I see the increase in selling volume. I see that big green candle on the VIX. And then this thing was immediately bought back up. And SPY is green. Sweet. VIX is falling back down. There's a meme for reference. Yep. All right, so that candle, that was a pretty hefty selling candle, and that immediately got bought up. So let's see how that thing reacts here as the VIX is starting to uptrend a touch. So we'll see. Yeah. 20. I post the relative SPY trade if you want to play SPY. So yeah. I got 2210, 2295, just fluctuating a little bit. VIX is kind of got this uptrend going. That big candle got bought or got sold right there. XLF is starting to round. Q's got this little red here. SPY is there. Okay, I like that. I like that. I need VIX to go. VIX is green. Q's there. XLK is starting to round. Watch that 21 EMA on that. SPY is still just want to dip. Yeah, it's a tough day for sure. Tough day for sure. I got 2245 on the mid. There's a red candle. VIX still uptrending, but red. Qs are dipping below the 21. That's cool. XLK is there. SPY is red. I got 2240 on the mid. And flipping back and forth between red and green. I surely don't like holding this thing here because I don't want to get blown out the top. VIX there. If this doesn't make my thesis soon, I'm not holding this. I'll exit the play. Flipping back and forth between red and green. There's a little downside. There we go. Okay, there's a little extension. Let's see if that maintains. Let's see if that maintains. I got 2280 on the mid. VIX is green. It kind of wants to go up. Qs are dipping finally. There, Qs are on the 34. That's cool. XLK is currently downtrending. That's good too. Let's see if we can continue to get some follow through here. I am not being stingy. 5% today. I'll take it all day long. All day long. I just need some follow through here. We're finally through the 34 EMA. The VIX is starting to increase. Things are looking okay. Things are looking okay. I'm not getting happy yet. Nothing to write home about. Don't bring out the tongue and quill and write a letter to your mama because we ain't got nothing yet. All right. Qs are on the 34. XLF is green. Tech sector is rolling. That's good. And yeah, VIX is up. There's SPX, SPY, I'm sorry. I got 23.10. I'm almost up $1 on these. Tongue and Quill is at an HP reference. I don't know what HP is. VIX is still climbing. Qs, not really too much downward momentum yet. I'm at 22.95 for these, 23.10. Volume, the selling volume is sustaining. That's good. Out for 15%. Nice. How'd you get a 50% move on that? A 0 DTs, I assume. 22.55. Man, just completely getting wicked out here. And back to break even. This is why I hate days like today. Harry Potter. You've never seen Harry Potter. All right, there we go. There's the 3. So the squeeze momentum is definitely trending towards bearish. You've got black crosses here. Down and trending into the red. Look at the 5-minute. Dark green candle, red candle there. All right, finally crossing through the 34 EMA. Nice, Jick. $22.65. VIX is green. That's good. Still an decreasing green. That's cool, but SPY just doesn't want to go down. Every time it gets a red candle, it gets completely wicked out. Qs are still on the downtrend. $22.90. Still red. Still red. Here we go. Here we go. Can we get a little something, something? 23.15. There we go. There we go. There we go. What's my stop limit? I mean, right now I'm shooting for, 10% for me is like 24. I think it's 24.30. So I'd like to get that, but I'm not going to be cringy. Like if I see anything weakness here, I'm out. Or any strength, I should say, because I'm in puts, but I'm out. I don't want to be today. 5% on the day like today is great. So especially with these candles completely getting wicked out, eventually it's going to get blown out the top, and it's going to aggravate me. So I just don't want to deal with all that crap. Like right now, that was 34. That was 23.40, wicked out 22.95. So I would just wait, Chris. I would just wait. You know, there's going to be some more plays. Right now, I'm just trying to get this. Signs are pointing towards at least a short-term put. I'm just trying to play it. You know, my patience with these is razor thin. So all right, there's a nice little red candle. VIX is starting to increase. Qs are rolling over. Qs are through the 34 EMA. That's cool. XLK is down. SPY is still down. Do not form a green candle. Do not form a green candle. You need to will SPY to go down. There's 23.05. Still no volume here, but we're below. VIX is increasing. QQQ is here. I just want to look at this. All right. So we're below the 34. We got the 8 and 21 crossover to the down. Little bit of green candle there. I'm at 22.90. I just can't get any, I can't make any room on these premiums. Like the premiums are just, every little candle is getting destroyed. So 22.85. I was almost up, 8% on these, and now I'm down to, 2%, 3%. 34 EMA. VIX is still climbing, though. James White. It's funny. All right, what I want to see is a red candle engulf this green and smoke it down. And we might actually get in a move here. If this green candle can get sold off, we might actually get a move. So we'll see. I know BL75. That's why I'm just joking. All right, we got the 8 and 21 pinch here. There's 23. All right, that green candle is starting to get sold. Good. Come on down. And it's bought back up. And it's sold off. Here we go. Cool. All right. VIX is green. QQQ is below. Green candle XLK and SPY is bought back up. Y'all, this is a good chance to really focus on your thesis. When you form a thesis to make an entry, all right, stand by. Green candle forming. VIX is still popping. That's all right. Now it's bought up. When you form a thesis on a play, it's important that you stick with that thesis. Look what happened yesterday. I went against my thesis and I lost. I should have sold that position. Q's got some green. SPY is got this little wick here. All right, we got the 8 and 21 here. The price is below the 34. The 5-minute chart is looking bearish. It's trending towards. We got a black candle here on the squeeze Momo. We are through the 34 on the 5-minute chart, which is a decent sign. I'm at $23 on the mids here. I'm only up a few percentage points, nothing crazy. It's definitely takes some patience to kind of get through this little chop. And there is finally a little bit more downside. That's what I'd like to see. I'm going to go ahead and pre-type out my exit so I can make that quickly. And another green candle. There's that. I was at 2360. Now it's at 2305. VIX is still increasing. No volume still. Still no volume. Qs are dipping good. Okay, I like that. Tech sector is looking heavy right now. Let's see if we can translate into some gains for some puts on SPY. I got 23.25. A free trading journal to recommend? Yeah, if you mean like an Excel sheet, like I've got an awesome Excel sheet, at least I think it's awesome, to track your trades in. And that is in the resources tab in the Discord. Big dip on the Qs here. SPY is finally starting to gather something here. Every time I say that, though, I get a green candle. So this what happens when there's no volume. You just get these little, just eating away. I got all 21, 8, and 34 all sandwiched together 3-minute here. In order to get a breakdown, we need to see some downward breadth. Otherwise, I'm out of this trade. Green candle. VIX is still spiking. This is a no volume pop here, still no volume. So from 23.56 or 55 all the way down to 22.80. And yeah, I just wiped out my gains. 22.65 is still climbing. That right in the middle of the range, it looks like it's bouncing. And VIX is red. 22.55, and looks like we're going to have a break-even trade here. Yep, you're right. Easy, no volume can easily bring this up as you can down. Qs are reversing. VIX is still red. There's 2230. Still climbing. Double green candle. VIX is falling, and I'm out of this trade. Cool. Fun. That was fun. So VIX is still down. Qs are there. Fun while it lasted. Let's see if we can get this down. VIX. Hey, there we go. Okay. All right, so we got this volume node here. It's in no man's land. You got the VWAP, which it didn't quite get to, but VIX is climbing again. Good. QQQ, SPY. All right, I'm out of that position. Cool. And green candle. Good. Let me post this real quick. Got that 2240. Now it's 2250. Hey. I'm just tired of dealing with that. Tired of dealing with that. Mic down, still nothing? Still no, oh, yeah, okay. All right. Can everybody still hear me on the YouTube? Let me make sure. It looks like the volume went on. Can y'all still hear me? Check, check. Good? All right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't want, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for like 1% gains on that. So, but I had it, but, whatever. So green candle there. VIX is red. QQQ is there. So, all right. Well, 10:37 my time. You got another 23 minutes. I'm not going to fight this crap. That's what happens. So yeah, I will. I'll probably just stay put until after this FOMC. I'm not gonna fight this crap. You can see what happens with no volume. That's a prime example of what happens with no volume. I was up almost 8%, and then this just got waylaid on this stupid little no volume crap. There's just no trend. You got to be so diligent with your entries and exits. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it to me. Nice, Toasty Spy, 5%. Good job. I hope y'all were able to squeeze out a little bit bigger win than that. I mean, I only got a 10% win on that. Whoop-de-doo. But I guess it's better than losing. Yet, that's that low volume stuff, man. Low volume stuff. Yeah, don't. Yeah, this is a fantastic way to just sit on your hands. I mean, you don't fight this. Don't think you need to make a trade. So, fantastic day. If you're into selling some shares, selling some options, it's a great day to do that. Yeah, once the JPAL talks, we'll do that. You got a 22% because you love to stress yourself out. That will do it. That will do it. Yeah, that's why I'm here, people. Like, if y'all do not, for some reason, if I don't do a good job explaining while I'm entering, please ask. Like, the whole point we're here is to learn. So if you've got a question about why I've entered, why I've exited, please ask. That's why I've got the Patreon chat room. That's why I've got the YouTube live. You could throw it in there. That's why I've got it. So great question. Man, look at that. Booyah. My long-term trading account's doing well today. I love Boeing, man. I'm telling you, I am one of the biggest Boeing bulls out there. I think Boeing is going right back to 350. It's one I have a huge position in my long-term trading account. So a large portion of it is Boeing. I love it. It's awesome stuff. I was very happy to see their earnings. Obviously what I do for my full-time job is, walks hand in hand with Boeing. Boeing is the military, the government is never ever going to let Boeing die. So that's why I've been a huge bull ever since Boeing was down in the 140s. A little bit of non-SPY talk there. I know. All right, SPY coming up there. For the past few minutes, it's been 438.90 to 439.50, this little 50, 60% range. So I'm reading the chat. I'm reading the talk in the ETF exchange about the middle finger emoji and stuff like that. I don't care. Like, you all have to realize that haters, like the people that do that stuff, like I'm slowly getting used to the internet community, like the internet keyboard ninja nonsense. Like you've got the guys that are living in their mom's basement that are eating Hot Pockets and they like to hate on people. And I'm getting used to that. Like you have to realize I do not, like before this OM character, I haven't had any social media and I'm not used to it. Like me being me, when someone's got a problem with me or I got a problem with them, it's a face-to-face interaction. So like in this internet stuff, like people like to hide and do emojis and like, it's whatever. And it's funny. Like I laugh. It's funny. So it is funny. Yeah, so SPY is coming up here 439.58. Air Force, Alan Fogg, Air Force. You have to realize, I've been through officer school, I've been through basic training, I've had multiple MTIs yelling in my face, which is definitely not as aggressive as Marines or Army and stuff. Sure, but it's still good nonetheless. I'm used to people yelling at me. I can take the heat better than anybody. I promise you that. I'm 35. I'm not a boomer. I'm 35 years old, Charlie. I was warned when I first started this. I was warned by people I trust. He's like, "Be careful. The internet's a dark place." I'm like, "I don't know what you mean, man. These people are so cool." I love it. Bison Bear asks, when you have a moment, can you expound on why the 3 versus 5 minute charts were? All right, 1 minute, there's no trend data. Like if you look at the 1 minute chart, it's just, look at this. I mean, just these little bitty candles. Every candle is going to get formed. You think, oh, it's dipping. Oh, look at this, it's dipping. It's just a 1 minute candle. So there's no trend analysis. Everything's too reactive. And you're gonna start making false entries. You're gonna start being wicked out on stuff. So the 3 minute and 5 minute, and even longer than that, 15 minute. If you can zoom out time frames, you're gonna start seeing trends, and that is what you want to focus on. Like even as a scalper, like I don't like scalping plays. My optimal play is to like hold for an hour and get that 20-30% gain. I don't want to scalp unless that's all there's there. Like today, it's really all that's there. So you really need to start zooming out and seeing that. So look, 15-minute chart, we're uptrending. We've got this volume node right here on the volume profile, so you can kind of see. I mean, maybe that was my problem. I should have looked at that and took that exit when I was up 8%. Because you see this huge volume node. You see the 21.8 EMA right there. So zoom out. 25 years old, Raul. 25 years old. That's when I've always had, ever since high school, because in high school we took a Dave Ramsey financial course, and it really plugged into my head. And I remember even in high school we did paper trading on like literally a piece of paper. And I remember that was at the time when Martha Stewart got like pinged for insider trading and her stock tanked. And I bought some paper stocks on Martha Stewart, and by the end of the year I was up big. So that kind of gave me the bug. And I didn't really start trading until I was 25. Like I was like, man, that always was in the back of my head, but I needed to raise capital. So great question though. All right, SPY's climbing back up. VIX is falling back down. New lows for VIX, which is bullish for SPY right now. Negative. I never use Heiken Ashies. When I mean a candle's wicked out. All right, let's look. Let's look here. I want to find a good candle that's got some volume to it. All right, here's a perfect example right here. On the 1 minute chart, it's one of the biggest selling candles of the day. And then it gets wicked out. You see this wick forming? That's bullish. So you got this big red candle that formed on pretty sizable selling volume. And then it's immediately bought up, causing this wick to form. Then the candle closes, and this candle starts to form, and it's green. So that what it means is wicked out. That means it's the sellers weren't all there, and the buyers bought it back up. I've just always been comfortable trading SPY and SPX. You know, that's the best answer I can give you there. Yeah, it was actually my high school accounting course that did that. It wasn't I guess it is a finance. It was an accounting course, and they decided to do that, so it was pretty awesome. I think it was the teacher's thing. It wasn't actually a school mandated thing, but it was really cool. But just goes to show you, you know, what I was probably 16 or 17, and I did that, and now it's, you know, that bug was planted, and it's become a huge part of my life, honestly. So it's all about getting your kids in young. I'm teaching my 10-year-old how to read charts. Well, he's 11 now, how to read charts. All right, Q's dipping down. That looks heavy. All right, cool. VIX is up. Yeah, Bryson, thanks. That looks like a good entry there. So let me switch to let's look at Q's. Since SPY is not really playing much ball today, let's look at Q's. See if we can get something going with them. Days like today is why I implemented. See, for those new people, I haven't been publicly trading Q's long. It's always been SPY and SPX. But last month, or I guess in June, when we had like 2 weeks of just dead silence on SPY, I started saying, hey, I'm going to trade some Qs too to capture volatility when SPY just wasn't doing much. Our local newspaper had a stock market game I played in high school back in the 90s. Got me interested. Oh, that's cool. That'd be really cool. All right, VIX has got below all this stuff. So let me post this in here. Let me find it, go in the options chain and look at some options on Qs, and I'll post a new watch list for it. Volume, what's the volume doing? 368 has got a 34 delta, and then the 40 delta on the 364. So I'll do 368, 364s. Megan Rand, I don't talk about my I don't talk about my wealth. I don't think there's any point to it. I think too many of these traders out here try to take screenshots and post a bunch of crap about their wealth, and it's just, I don't think it's necessary. Not to mention, I've got a lot of friends and family and coworkers in this in this Discord server. JJ Trade, the learning curve has cost me thousands already, but I'm finally starting to have some wins here and there. That's what you got to do, man. That's exactly how it started. Back in when I first started, I took a little bit of my military bonus. I took some money that I raised from a business that I had, and I started a construction business on the side way back in the day with a couple of buddies, and it worked out pretty well. And I took some of that money, and I accumulated about 25 G's with my military bonus, and I put it in the market. E-Trade. I was lucky. I got really, really lucky because I YOLO'd back in the day. Yes, I did YOLO. And I made about 50 grand. Well, I made 50 grand bounce. So I doubled my position at about 50 grand, 58,000 to be exact. and then I lost it all. I lost it. So yeah, I guess I haven't told that story to the new people. I would highly recommend if you are new, head over to the core values channel in the welcome section to read exactly kind of like that story. At $58,000, and in 48 hours, I watched 58,000 go to $2,000. $2,000. Best feeling in the world is when you wake up. When you wake up in 48 hours and you wake up to an E-Trade notification that says you've been margin called. Best feeling in the world, bro. That's a lesson teacher right there. It was a biotech stock. It wasn't a meme stock at the time. That was what, 10 years ago? Biotech stock. SPY's got some red. QQQ is still dipping. $202 is the 364 puts on the Qs. Would you do a call if SPY hits the bottom range again? It's not a bad idea. I just, right now it's stuck. It's not moving. If SPY did hit the bottom of the range, I would highly consider it. Yeah, biotech is the OG meme stocks. It absolutely is. Biotech is garbage to trade, dude. It's so heavily news dependent. Do you buy at VWAP if you have a good correlation, conviction on direction? Yeah, VWAP is a good indicator too. So I promise you, man, like, don't get down on yourself if you've blown up an account or if you've lost a good portion of your account. Like, I've done it. Every single good trader worth his weight in salt has blown up an account or at least had a large loss, I promise you. So don't get down on yourself, man. Just move on from it. Chalk it up to a learning situation and move on, because it happens. I've done it. Any good trader, if they've said they haven't had a big loss, they're completely full of bull poop. I promise you. Imagine being 25 and losing 56 G's. So it happens. SPY is VWAP support. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. VIX still down. Do I have a morning routine before the market opens? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Most of the time I do work nights because I'm in the Air Force. That's what I do. That's why I can trade during the day. But when I get home or when I wake up, either one, I grab my coffee. I do my Bible reading. I'm a very Christian person. If y'all don't know that about me, I'm actually, fun fact, I'm in addition to being OM, in addition to working, I'm actually in the middle of a master's degree in Christian studies. So cool stuff. But I get home, I get my coffee, I do my Bible reading. Or, if you're not a religious person, whatever, I highly recommend doing some sort of quiet time, some sort of meditation, whatever. Just cool yourself, get your thoughts straight. Then after that, I start looking at news. That's the first thing I do. I look at news. I look at reputable sources on Twitter because Twitter's a great source for breaking news. It happens quick because people post quick as long as you have reputable sources. Obviously, don't follow some Joe Schmo. And then I look at CNBC News. I look at Bloomberg. I look at Yahoo Finance. I look at everything. I just check the market. Not to mention, cool fun fact about E-Trade is that they offer Bloomberg TV for free in their webpage. So you can open up Bloomberg TV and I'll listen to that. And then I start digging into the charts. I look at all the levels. I go out to the 1 year. I look at 6 month, 3 month. I look at the 1 month weeklies and then daily chart on SPY. And I plot everything. I plot POCs. I plot volume nodes. I plot where the 50 MA is. I keep very well track on the percentage extension above the 50 MA on the 1 year chart and the 200 MA. And then you take a look, really want to look at the market cyclicals. Every 1 month, every about 30 days roughly, the market dips. And it's like clockwork, dude. I mean, look, for those who haven't seen it before, if you go to the 1 year chart, here's the 1 year chart right here. Let's zoom out here. Stand by. So if you look here, every 30 days roughly. Nope, that's QQQ. I was wondering why it didn't match up. Okay, here's SPY. Every 30 days, bam, bam, roughly, bam, bam. It just hops up and down. And look, this red line is the 50 MA on the 1 year chart. Look at it. Boom, 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 boom. Every time it touches, the only time it spent more than one trading day below the 50 is right here on March 3rd. One day. It's crazy. So the 50 MA, and that's kind of why I do zoom out. That's why I want to look at all time frames. Do I want to be a pastor? I want to be a small group pastor. Like I don't want to be like do a whole church. I want to do a small group pastor. Small groups. With my past, you know, obviously I'm not going to talk about past. It's not where we're here. But with my past, I want to talk to like alpha males that have broken pasts, because Joe Rogan said it best: is that alpha males live in quiet desperation. That's what a lot of people don't realize. You have these strong dudes that are supposedly alpha males. They're living in quiet desperation because they have a broken past, or they don't have the support they need because they have to maintain the facade that they have to be an alpha male. So I want to minister towards small group males. A little bit about me, anyway. Sidetrack. So yeah, when I'm doing charting, you really have to look at the whole shebang. You have to look at the 1 month, the 1 year, all that stuff. So yeah, 439.31 right up here through the POC. Not really much going on. Do I play any instruments? Yes, I do. I play acoustic guitar. I've been playing since I was 12. Hello Dances, thanks for doing ministry. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, I know a lot of people aren't religious. I don't want to beat that down anybody's throat. You know, everybody has their own views, but it is a huge part of my life. Yeah, Nathan says, yeah, Buddhism, action meditation. Yeah, Buddhists are very much about inner peace and meditation, so it's good stuff. Yeah. Thanks, Una. Appreciate that. Do I play video games? Yes, I actually have. I play Fortnite with my kids about once every other day, every 3 days. So I'm not a big gamer. I don't really have a lot of time to play games, but my kids like it, and I play with them. I'm getting pretty good. You know, I guess the kids call it cranking 90s now. So I guess I'm getting, you know, I can crank 90s. I sound like I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. Nope, I've spent a lot of time in Huntsville, but I'm not from Huntsville. I'm not from Huntsville, Alabama. All right, the VIX is green, but on the bottom of their range, SPY is currently at this. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks. Yeah, you know, that's all I'm here. I'm here to help people. I'm here to help people. That's it. I hear that Texas accent. Could you play something for us now? Negative. I'm gonna have to get a little more comfortable with that. So Hayden says, I was planning on joining this every Monday. Was it Friday night? But now you have 100% sold me. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Got a son in the Air Force, Okinawa for 4 years. Wow. I've heard I've heard Japan is beautiful. I've never been to Japan myself. I heard it's beautiful, and I've heard they've got some awesome, awesome food. I'm a huge fan of Japanese food. It's one of my favorites, so I would love to go there. Nice, Robert. I played drums and bass at church since I was 12. Very cool. Awesome stuff, man. That's awesome. Yeah, maybe one day I'll post my Fortnite name and we can get some Fortnite going or something with some players. OM should Fortnite stream after hours. That's a good idea. Little sidetrack miscellaneous stuff. That'd be fun. Thanks, Charlie S. Yeah, speaking straight facts right now. That's all I am, man. You know, I'm here to to help, and I'm here to do my thing. So, you know, if people want to be a part of the community and listen in, that's awesome stuff, and learn a little something along the way. Thanks, be cool. Yeah, I know we're not talking too much about trading right now, but there's not really much going on. So if you do have trading questions, throw them at me. Do I ever sleep? Not very much. Maybe 2-3 hours. Fitness is a huge part of my life too. So, did we just become best friends? Great reference, Andrew. That's awesome. Andrew Jarrett. I know an Andrew Jarrett. I wonder if you're the Andrew Jarrett that I know. I know an Andrew Jarrett. Nope. OM is not a cowboy. Bison Bear, I'm really curious to learn more about your routine and how you chart. Are you planning on doing a video? Yes, I am. In fact, I'll make that my next video. How about that? I've got a huge list I'm making here of people making requests, and I'll make that my next one. I think that's a great idea because you do need a routine. You do need a routine. What's cute? I have no idea what KEKW is. Like I see that emoji posted. I have no idea what it means. I don't know if it's insult or a compliment. So I have no idea. Have I ever played Rocket League? No, I've never played it. I've seen it up there. I've just never played it. How many cash accounts? How many percentage cash in stocks? Okay, that's a good question, Harry. I'll answer this as much as I can without revealing my account details. So great question. Yeah, Cat Day. I know that reference. I just don't know if it's like I don't know what QQ is, and I don't know if like it's a good like I don't know. I'm trying to get up to speed on the lingo. Anyway, good question, Harry. What's your portfolio application? So I've got, in terms of financial investments, obviously I have real estate, but let's talk about investment vehicles. I've got my TSP, which is a government version of 401k. I've got my long-term trading account. I've got my short-term trading account. I have a couple other stuff. Like I've got 529s. I've got a couple of annuities and stuff like that. But those three things are the big main ones. So the TSP, I max out. 15% of my Air Force salary goes straight into my TSP. It's been doing that for over a decade now. By the way, highly recommend max out your investments as soon as you can. 15% as soon as you can. So the second one is long-term trading accounts. That's where I hold all of my, like I rarely even look at the dang thing. It doesn't matter to me. So SPY, I've got, a lot of long-term stuff. I've got, of course, all of FAANG except for Google. I've got a lot of REITs. I've got a lot of BA, a couple other stuff too. Raytheon is a big one. So a lot of good defense stuff that's much needed, especially as we grow closer and closer to our peer-to-peer war, like all that stuff. Like I'm putting that stuff in my long-term account. Then I've got my trading account. Now, I've reduced the size of my trading account significantly the past 6 months. Because I was planning on getting out of the market in December and going pretty much all real estate because I love real estate. That's my overall passion. 2, I reduced it because I'm only trading SPY, which means, and I'm only using 10 to 20% of my portfolio. I'm not going to have a large amount of cash just sitting in there doing nothing since I'm only trading SPY. So I reduced the amount I use in SPY, and I fill in every single quarter. I have got a dollar amount that I want. When I hit that every quarter, I shave the profits off and I use the profits to allocate in my long-term trading account or in my real estate or play money, whatever it is. And then I maintain that balance every quarter. That keeps my emotions under check. Because if I took all of my financial resources and put in my trading account, it would start to get with me. And eventually I would start upping my position size to the point that we're just too large. So yeah. Where do I invest in real estate in the Southeast United States? How much do you consider chart patterns like bull, bear flags? 0. I give 0 consideration to pattern charting. I know some people like pattern charting, all to them. If it works, it works. I'll say this about pattern charting. As long as you're doing the stuff that matters up front, the market analysis and then the volume analysis, if you want to use pattern charting, cool. Just please do not make that your primary means. At least in my opinion. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I won't use that as primary. Even my stuff, the lines, even I don't use this as primary charting. This is all secondary. All this is secondary. In order of precedence, I've got market awareness, then I've got volume, then I've got session range, or I've got VIX, then I've got session ranges, and then I've got everything else. Wicked Pixel, I set aside a certain amount of profits for taxes. Good question. Oh, I see. John Harry. Yeah, I just read your explanation. That works. OM should become a Fortnite streamer instead of trading. That would be funny. Like if I decided to stream Fortnite after hours just as a side thing, and then it becomes bigger, that would be funny. Negative troglodyte. Yep. I mean, SPY, look at this range. This is crazy. This is ridiculous. That's why, I mean, I know we're not talking about trading here, but I mean, come on now. This is ridiculous. Not even looking at trading. Thoughts on SPY here? SPY is stuck right here. So not really much going on. That's Q's. SPY is right in the range. I mean, it's trading at 430.89 to 439.54. A little 60-cent range, and it's just no volume. And that, we thought about, we knew this. Like I know Veteran said that. Veteran said that, we're not going to have much action here. So somebody says I should ban everybody who is given the middle finger emoji on my place. It does count. It does count as vulgarity. I will say that. And our rules do state that no vulgar nonsense. So, should I switch to cash account if I only have a couple thousand in my account? Yeah, I would. I have not, Pike. I have not. The reason why I stated because pattern charting isn't really talked about. Good. Pattern charting is subjective. It's too subjective. Yeah, I'll take a look like troglodyte. Yeah. When you say invest in real estate, do you actually mean own and manage units, or do you investing strictly? No, I actually mean actually buying homes, like rental properties. I used to do flips, way too time consuming. So I now only do my next venture is to do Airbnbs though, because I've got rental properties. Now I want to do some Airbnbs. Back on the sleep thing, you are increasing your risk of Alzheimer's by around 30% or getting less than 6 hours. Read Why We Sleep Matters. Oh, okay. Let me write that down. I actually love reading new books, so I'll take a look at it. Yep, waiting for J-Pal's speech. Do you evaluate volume compared to average volume or just previous bar? Not necessarily the previous bar. It's relative to the day. To me, it's relative to the day. What type of keyboard do you use? It does not sound mechanical. I use the Asus ROG. What is this one? Claymore 2? Yes, the ROG Claymore 2. So it's got these. I'll post them here. Let me post a picture of it right now. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it's sideways, but yeah, there you go. Even though you're a Razer associate, I just became a Razer associate today. So I bought this keyboard about a month and a half ago. So, and today I just found out I was approved as a Razer associate. So might have to make some changes. We'll see. Maybe I'll give away this keyboard as a giveaway or something like that. We'll see. I got a couple of good ideas I'm thinking of. Some giveaways, stuff like that. Patreon giveaway. That's a great idea. A drawing. Oof. Man, I love when ideas come to me. That's a great idea. What is my diet like? That's a great question. I'm holding a little holiday weight right now, so. Yeah, so right now my diet is, I'm hovering around about 220 carbs. In my protein, I'm looking anywhere from 195 to 230. Protein is what I get, and calories is about 2,400 calories a day. So a lot of vegetables. I try to have a green vegetable every meal except for breakfast. I have a protein shake in the morning. So yeah, and that helps me maintain my muscle while still trimming off a little fat. But I'm doing a lot of heavy weight right now, so it makes up for it, the little extra calories. All right, green is up here. Not really much movement in the SPY. A lot of personal questions today. Yeah, for sure. I'm trying, if y'all want to know about it, cool. But I'll try to keep it as much to trading as I can. VIX is down here. QQQ is up, popping through there. So I'm glad I didn't take those puts right back to the top of the range. I'm also a big ASUS RG fan. Yeah, nice. Do I get a code? Yes, I have a code with it. I do have a Razor code. So if you all are thinking about, I'll make the announcement a little today. After I sign off here, I'll post up an announcement for that. So if anybody wants anything, it was a Friends joke. If anybody's a Friends fan. Yeah. So the reason why the Qs are so strong today relative to SPY is because the financial sector XLF is not a part of Qs. So Qs are beasting right now. That's why some people choose to trade the Qs, because in some situations they're easier to trade because they have less variables. SPY has tech and financials. Qs do not. They only have the tech. So yeah, it's a little easier trading some days. What does it mean when the bid-ask spread is far apart? BA has had a 0.5 cent spread, but a 10-cent spread this morning. That means that there's not a lot of demand. The more demand you have, the tighter the spread. The more volume you have, the tighter the spread. Because what is the bid? Ask yourself, what is the bid and the ask? The bid is what the bid is what the buyers want. The ask is what the sellers want. And the more volume there is, the more agreement there is with the buyers and sellers, and the tighter that spread becomes. That's why if you look at a low volume stock that, like, not an ETF, but if you look at a stock that has low volume, you can kind of predict the breakouts based on the bid and the ask. If you've got a bid and ask that's traditionally far apart and you start to see that bid and ask start coming together, the volume's increasing. So as long as you have volume increasing and you start to see that bid and ask get tighter and tighter and tighter, and then you get down to that 1 cent spread, there might be a breakout. So it's a good indication to watch that bid ask. That's why it's so important. This goes back to everything I say. You have to have volume analysis, because this goes all down to volume analysis, buy and ask. The bid and the ask, the volume analysis, supply and demand. What's my favorite drink? I actually don't drink alcohol, but right now, the main thing I drink is those, what's it called? LaCroix, with a little bit of splash of Mio. Those little squirt water flavorings. So yeah, that's pretty much my main drink. And then protein shakes. I don't drink sodas or pops. Some people call them pops. What do I have to see in order to gear up for the next SPX trade? Volume. Right now, we got no volume. No conviction, no volume. Everything gets wiped out. Nice, David. OM, do you think the high capital income gain tax is a good argument against trading? Against trading? Well, here's the thing. A lot of people say that the high income tax, I don't make $1 million. That's cool. But the people that run the market make $1 million. Granted, the people that are worth billions don't pay taxes anyway. I mean, there's ways around it. So it's not really going to affect them all that much. The only way you're paying taxes is if you want to pay them. That's it. I buy outside the money calls, never in the money. Cool, Nathan. Yeah, I didn't know that. Which energy salsa do I prefer? I mean, all I drink is LaCroix, but the Mio, if you go to the store and get those little Mio flavorings, like they have some of their energy and some of them are not. Greater returns, Janet. Greater returns. Can we get a pets channel in the miscellaneous category? A lot of people here have super cute fur babies. It's always nice and positive to see cute animals. I'll be okay with that. Pre-workouts, all I use is beta alanine. Although I am looking at, there's a new pre-workout that's got a Jolly Rancher flavor. I forget what the name of it is. I need to look at it. But right now I just use beta alanine in my water or my protein. Anywhere from $2 to $3, Janet. Anywhere from $2 to $3. How do I feel about vacation rentals? I felt great about them before COVID. Big red on SPY. Yep, right there. Still in the range though. I bought a soda stream to make carbonated water. Interesting. Yeah, I saw those. I thought about those. Do you follow your own workout program, or do you follow my own? I follow my own. I owned a gym at one point, so I was pretty good at programming some fitness and getting strong. So, anyone take that support play? I don't know. Well, here's the thing, Diet Pepper, is that you can't hate on somebody that makes a lot of money and uses the legal law to get out of taxes. I mean, I'll tell you right now, if there's a legal way to get out of taxes where I could pay zero taxes, I'm going to do it. And as long as they're not doing anything wrong, I mean, there's a different moral story there. There's a different story. As long as you're not doing anything wrong or criminal, I say more power to them. If you have a legal way to not pay a single dime of taxes, go for it. But there's a fine line there you have to cross. What is a very tall, white, thin candle on my chart? I don't know. Yeah, so VWAP or SPY is touching that VWAP right there. Spreads, butterfly, iron condors. Yeah, so I do sell strangles. I do play some theta plays, which today would have been a fantastic play. Just didn't get around to doing it. Start your own church and no. Yeah, I'm not going to use. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that. Yeah, you're definitely right about that, Soren, for sure. Yep. I'm not going to argue that one. Well, it is 11:22 Central Time. Usually I sign off at about 11, especially on days like today. I think I'm going to call that a morning. Not really too much going on. I don't want to get too far off topic. So yeah, it's been a slow morning. I took one trade, pretty much break even. You can call it a win, I guess, but it's a break even trade. Good stuff, though. I'm happy to answer all your questions. If you have any more questions, throw them at me in the Discord at OptionsMillionaire. You can DM me anytime there. You can shoot me an email at OptionsMillionaire2020@gmail.com. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the Discord. Come in there and just learn as much as you can, man. You can ask questions. You could talk to me. You could talk to other people that are very smart. Awesome stuff, man. You can just learn as much as you absolutely want. And a lot of cool references too. So yeah, please go over there and take a look at that. Another way, if you do want to support the channel as we grow and grow and grow, so I can dedicate more resources to growing the channel, you could sign up for Patreon, and I'll post a link right there. You get a lot of cool perks to being a Patreon. You can actually go in the Patreon room listen to us chat here live, especially on Tuesdays and Thursdays when I'm not streaming on YouTube like tomorrow. And you could talk in the Patreon chat. You also get access to Veteran Exotics, who's a fantastic trader and just absolute wealth of knowledge, a beast of a trader. So anyway, if you want to do that, there's the link. I put it in the YouTube live room. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. It's 11:23 Central. Be smart. Be on your toes for FOMC. I might pop on here for the afternoon announcement here so we could do it all together. Anyway, I am Andrew, Options Millionaire, 11:23. Y'all be smart. I'm out of here. See ya.